Hey y'all, this is my favorite lazy girl workout. So on the days where I'm feeling like I want to do some movement, but I'm lacking motivation and energy, I like to just lay on the floor and move a little bit. So you will lay on the floor for this entire little circuit series, but you'll be working maybe a little bit hard in some of the sections. So we'll keep it under 10 minutes here, and we're gonna do 2 circuits. 4 exercises each with a 30-second break in the middle, and then we'll do a little bit of stretching at the end, a little bit of cool down. You'll want a block, like a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, then a really thick hardback book works as a substitute as well. So grab that, lay on the floor, and I'll meet you there. Here's my version of a lazy girl workout. We're going to just lay on the floor and do a little bit of core work and a little bit of booty burn. Start lying on your back, have a block or a really thick book in hand. Then you'll take the block, press it against the thighs, and press the forearms into the thighs. And we're gonna hold on to this for a minute. So go ahead and curl the head and shoulders up, and a minute begins right here. Press your low back into the floor, and then think that you really try and squeeze the block or book as if you could shrink it, as if it was a piece of foam that you could push your forearms and thighs into and create an indent. If at any point it becomes too intense here, then just drop your head and shoulders down. It'll relax the upper abs a little bit, but I still want you to stay in it in this moment of really pushing into the block. And if you can stay with the head and shoulders lifted, then go for it. Maybe you curl your shoulders up a little bit more and you take a few more breaths here. We got 15 seconds left. You're doing great. Really nice. Few more. You got it. Almost there. Yes. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax down. Take the block, put it underneath your right foot. And then we'll get started into the next movement. Lift your hips up into a bridge, and then drop your hips back down. And that's the movement. Push your hips up and drop them down. You can keep it here at this level, or you can float your left foot away from the ground and bridge your hips down and up. But I want you to stay in whatever feels sustainable to you. Getting a little bit of extra squeeze through the right glute and really accentuate the top of the hip bridge. See if you can find 10% more that you can lift up higher as you find the top of each bridge. Looks really nice. You got 20 more seconds. Keep pulsing the hips down and up, especially focusing on the up portion. You're doing great. Here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Push the block over to the other side underneath your left foot and just start those hip bridges. You should have your heel fairly close to your butt. You might not be able to touch it necessarily, but close enough and so that your knee is unbothered. We're finding that little bit of extra oomph at the top, a little bit of extra press, pulsing up and down. Arms in any position that works for you. If you're finding yourself unstable, hands down by your hips, especially if you've got a foot lifted, it might feel a little bit crunchier for you, a little bit more challenging. 20 more seconds. Extra squeeze, really start to burn your bum. Keep going for it. Yes, you got it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Set the block off to the side. Curl your head and shoulders up. Reach your fingertips towards your heels. Reach longer through the right. Reach longer through the left, side to side. And as we cinch through the side waist, we're just trying to keep the shoulder blades lifted off of the floor. So shortening the side body while you keep lifting the chest. Keep lifting the chest. Really nice. You're about halfway through. So continue to reach and look around your ankles to see if you can see your big toe. Lift so much and crunch so much that you could start to see the big toe there. Really nice work. 20 more seconds. Side waist, side waist. Keep lifting. You got it. Here for almost another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds of rest. Take a few breaths into the abdomen. A few breaths out. Really good. Really nice. 15 seconds, we'll get started. We're gonna do leg lifts and lowers. So I like to have my thumbs just at the base of my sacrum here. You can have your hands fully underneath your back into a triangle, or you can have your hands out to the side. Start with your legs up, and for a count of 5, we're gonna lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, and then lift back up. 3, 2, and 1. You'll lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 1, lift for 3, 2, 1. That's the movement. You go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 1, lift back up for 3, 2, 1. Lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, lift back up for 3, 2, 1. You lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, lift for 3, 2, 1. Last 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Plant your feet into a hip bridge, toes slightly out to the sides. Hands can frame your hips. Lift your hips up and down. Find that little bit of extra oomph at the top. Keep pressing your hips up towards the ceiling, lifting even more. Good. A minute like this, you're doing great. Less than that because we've already been at it for a few seconds here. As you lift, think that you pull the ground together underneath you from your feet. So it's not your knees coming together, but you pull from the heels as if you could crinkle a piece of paper underneath your feet. Finding that slight gathering together from the bottom of the body, pulsing up and down. 20 more seconds. You're doing great. Finding exhales as you lift. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and tap the hips down, curl the head and shoulders back up, reach the fingertips forward, and then maybe float the feet away from the ground. Press your palms together, and then we'll take our dead bug movements here, dropping the right heel down as low as it'll go, lift the right heel back up, drop the left heel down, lift the left heel back up. If it feels available, you can straighten the leg and pull it back in. And again, another way to modify is to keep the head and shoulders down on the floor while you do these leg movements. We're thinking about the low back staying connected to the ground as you move your legs away from the midline of the body, pressing the core low. You're here for about 15 more seconds, so you're doing great, not much longer. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Head and shoulders down. Find a butterfly with your feet. Last movement here, butterfly hip bridges. Hands can be by hips or on your belly. Lift up, knees wide, and then back down. Lift a little bit of extra lift and back down. Think that as you lift the hips, your knees stay wide. It'll be sensations that'll kind of fight each other. So your knees will want to lift up, but then you'll kind of be trying to figure out how you can find the difference here. How high can I go with my knees still staying wide? Really nice. You've got about 20 more seconds. Keep finding exhales to come up. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop the hips. You can take a few windshield wipes with your knees from side to side. I like to have my feet nice and wide as I do this. Good. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. If you've got really tight legs, bend your knees a lot. Hands can come to the backs of the legs as you bend and straighten a few times. Really nice. We'll take a frog on our back. So hold on to the insides of your knees, push your knees apart, and just take an easy frog here. You can let your feet dangle wherever is comfortable. If you want more sensation, think feet in line with your knees. And if you want even more sensation, you can rock and actively pull your thighs towards the ground and away from you. So you think about kind of dragging your thigh bones out in the trajectory of your knees. Good. If you want to find a straddle here, you can start to straighten your legs out any amount, whether or not they straighten, holding either backs of thighs, knees, or calves. Good. If there's any other movement that you feel you need, take that, gently bring your knees back together. Let yourself have a moment of shortened inner thigh muscles. You can take as much time to just hang out on the floor. It's one of my favorite places just to lay down when I need a break from life. Best of luck to you, and thanks for moving with me. I'll catch you soon.